You know that classic career advice you always get? It feels like this huge tug of war.
Oh, yeah.
On one side, you've got someone saying, just follow your passion and, the money will follow.
Right. And on the other side is that uncle at Thanksgiving who's like, just follow the money, kid.
Exactly. It's like you have to choose. Be happy and totally broke or be rich and, well, miserable.
And that's just a false choice.
Yeah.
And honestly, both sides are giving some pretty terrible advice.
Okay.
We're doing a deep dive into the Efficient Growth Lab today.
Mm-hmm.
And they argue that swinging to either extreme is it's actually a trap. Chase the salary, you hit burnout.
I can see that.
But if you only chase passion without checking if anyone will pay for it, you hit what they call survival anxiety.
So if the goal isn't just find a job, what are we even doing? I mean, most people just want to pay the bills and not hate Mondays.
We're designing a career path. It's a real shift in mindset. You stop hunting for some mythical treasure and you start, well, building a structure. The source gives us 3 logical tools for this.
Okay, let's get into it.
First up is the sweet spot model.
I think I've seen this. That's the Venn diagram with the 3 circles, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of people miss the most critical part. So you have competence, what you're actually good at,
Makes sense.
and then passion, what really puts you in that flow state.
And that's usually where people stop,
Yeah.
Do what you love and what you're good at.
Right. But you're missing the 3rd circle, the market. What is society actually willing to pay you for?
Ah.
And the source is pretty brutal here. If you have competence and passion, but 0 market, you don't have a career. You have a hobby.
Okay, but let's flip it. What if I have competence and the market? So I'm good at it and it pays well, but I have absolutely 0 passion. That sounds like a lot of jobs I know.
That is the boredom and burnout zone. You
Yeah.
become a highly paid machine, but you won't last. The friction of just doing the work day in and day out, it just wears you down.
So the sweet spot is where all 3 overlap.
It's the only place high performance is actually sustainable for, a whole career.
Okay, so I find that intersection. I know what I want to do. How do I think about the job itself? Because the source mentions shifting your mindset from employee to investor.
This is the second tool.
Yeah.
And it's a big one. You have to stop thinking of yourself as just a person getting a paycheck.
And start what?
Start viewing your labor as capital.
Yeah.
You're managing an asset. And that asset, your career, can either appreciate or depreciate.
A depreciating job. That sounds grim. What does that look like?
Think of any role that's purely repetitive. You get paid today, sure. But in 2 years, have you learned anything new? If the answer is no, your value on the open market has probably gone down. You've stalled.
As opposed to an asset job.
Exactly. An asset job is all about building transferable skills. Things like negotiation, complex data analysis, project management.
Stuff you can take with you anywhere.
Precisely. So the real test the source suggests is asking yourself, if I leave this company in 2 years, has my market value gone up?
A job should be a springboard, not a parking lot.
Couldn't said it better.
That makes sense logically, but it's still so hard to apply when you have, say, 2 offers on the table. Offer A pays more, that's instant gratification, but offer B is maybe that asset job with better skills but lower pay. How do you make that call?
Well, you have to stop trusting your gut. Our brains, they're just terrible at weighing complex variables. We just fixate on the biggest number.
The salary.
Usually, yeah. So the source suggests using a weighted decision matrix.
Okay, walk me through it. Is this just like a fancy pro and con list?
It's more precise. First, you list your key dimensions: salary, growth, commute, culture, whatever matters to you.
Okay.
Then, and this is the key part, you have 100 points to spend across those categories based on your values right now.
So if I'm young and broke, salary might get 50 of those points. But if I have a family, maybe commute gets the 50.
Exactly. You weight them. Then, for each job offer, you score them from 1 to 10 on each dimension. Multiply the score by the weight, add it all up.
It sounds a little like we're turning a life decision into a math problem.
We are. Because the math cuts through all the emotional fog. You might feel pulled toward the company with the cool brand, but the matrix could show you that the boring company actually aligns, say, 30% better with your real goal.
It forces you to be honest about what you actually want.
It quantifies your values, and it turns a job from some final destination into what it should be, a training ground.
So here's the challenge for you listening. Don't wait for a new job offer. Apply that weighted decision matrix to the job you have right now.
Does it pass the test?
Or is it time to start redesigning your path? Thanks for joining this deep dive. Go design something great.